500 members here. We started our first Rex Amity University School of Real Estate. So if you're interested in real estate, understand that there are training academies ready for you. Yesterday we signed an agreement with the International Council of Shopping Centres. I'm on the board of the Indian Council of Shopping Centres. And yesterday we signed an agreement with the International Council, most importantly so that we can bring their Reardon School, which is the finest retailer retail school to India on a permanent basis. I'm very pleased about that. I'm very pleased as well that an organization called Great India, an organization that I've had something to work with over the last 5 years, is now training over 1,000 Andhra Pradesh youngsters, not MBA students, but B students, in the art and skill of retailer management. We can all make a difference in some way or another. And India is on a massive growth curve. Do not be deterred by the politicians and the economists. You choose your career and stick with it very, very closely. And I think that if we're able to do something with this wonderful institution for internships, it will be good for you guys and it will be good for us, and we'll offer real jobs. We won't just say, well, the MBA students, I wonder what on earth we should share with you. We'll give you something real, and you'll have to present to me at the end as if I'm a client. And the most amazing things happen, I must tell you. We've been doing this now for 4 years at Country Square. We're tied up with 3 key institutions, maybe this is the 4th. Every year we get given 2 or 3 interns from each one of these institutions, and at the end of the program they've got a job to do, they've got a project to do, and at the end, Professor, they have to present to a whole board of me and my colleagues. It's not a plaything. They've been given a job to do. We're going to tell you what we want, a real live problem in a shopping center somewhere, and you're going to have to solve it. This isn't play. This isn't going to be like a little academic project that you can come back and play with them. If you strike the A, you get a DP, duly performed, in this institution. And that goes on your resume. And I'd like you to know that over the last 4 years, I get called very often by prospective employers. Rakesh was my first youngster. He was amazing. Couldn't shut him up. He just wouldn't stop talking. But what was interesting was that somehow, and I think you youngsters are wired for this nowadays, you can learn and talk simultaneously. I'm an old man, I can only do one thing at a time. Okay, I don't do it particularly well, I'm speaking to you, not doing it particularly well, but I can't play on my computer and talk. And don't ask me to drink tea, talk, and read my computer, it just won't work. Okay, I'm not wired. But you guys, and I've noticed with my 16-year-old daughter and my 18-year-old son, they can do 712 things. I don't do them particularly well, but they can do them all simultaneously. This young guy, talking, couldn't shut him up, but he got a senior job last month at Pantaloons, one of your sponsors, us. And I'm very proud for him, because Rakesh did a presentation, he had a bad stutter, but he was very bright. And he stood up in front of us and he did a presentation. The job I gave him to do was count cars and analyze traffic outside Country Square. For those of you who know, Sampedia Road is devilishly congested, and I wanted him to give us a solution to understand how to sort out the cars. So he went to the Tata Institute up the road and he spoke to traffic engineers. He did a pucker job, guys, a real job. And I get paid for food and transport. It was wonderful. He did a professional's job. I'm very proud of him. And at the same time, he did a presentation of 1 hour, PowerPoint, Excel, the whole thing, on how to change the traffic. I'd like you to know that 50% of his thoughts have been applied. I don't mess around when it comes to new bright-eyed, bushy-tailed types. I value your time. So if I ask you to do a job and it's work and it's been presented well thought out, I'm going to use it. And we've had 18, 19 young students. I've had their prospective employers phone and say, you know, we understand youngsters these days don't have jobs, they don't have part-time employment, but we see Country Square duly performed. What's that? And I say proudly, no, the guys were there for 2 months. Boy, did we make them work. They sweated blood. Out their ears, the blood flowed. Out their eyeballs, we made them run up and down Sampiga Road. There was some marketing problem, there was some operations problem. Your guy solved this problem, your guy did this. They got a job. You do your internship, and if you take it seriously, if you have that positive attitude that Professor Mani referred to so eloquently when he was welcoming me, you will get good positions and you will grow your respective careers. I would like to thank the Convocation and University for your kind invitation that I intend today. I hope that one or two of my thoughts will have some meaning and some import in these busy little lives that you call students. I thank you for your rapt attention. Normally, I start a presentation as a debate. I speak slowly. I enjoy interruptions. If you don't understand, I understand that as I'm the chief guest, I've got the privilege of being able to speak, get my thoughts out, and then I can carry on. But if I'm back here again, or if any of you come to me again, I rather enjoy the interaction. I think it's very important. So thank you for your rapt attention. I hope that I've made some impact and created some meaning in your lives. I congratulate the university for the Bizomania Fest. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I wish you well. And most importantly, young ladies and gentlemen, students, eager, beaver, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed types you are. I wish you well with your respective careers. Thank you.
Takeaway for the students on your side. Definitely, we all are learning time management as Indians, and jalebi effect we should definitely take care, and all these things somehow we also touch in our academics, but it was great learning from your experience. Thank you so much, sir. And we also welcome Purnima ma'am for joining us. I request Director sir to please give her a floral welcome. She has always been a source of inspiration, inspiring us and supporting us all the time. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. And little token of love and appreciation to Mr. Jonathan from the college side. I request Director sir and ma'am to please. Request Kamini to please give the vote of the thanks.
This vote of thanks. Firstly, a big thank you to Mr. J.D. Yach, our chief guest. It has been wonderful to have you here in ABBS and listen to you. And I'm sure henceforth our students, the wide-eyed, bushy tail types, would never be late after listening to your explanation of the IST. And of course, as Pulida mentioned rightly, the jalebi effect, and the Mr. and Miss finish your sentence. We really enjoyed your interaction, and I'm sure the audience also had a good time listening to you. An event of this magnitude would not be possible without the involvement and support of our management, our Dean Academics, Director ABBS, coordinators, staff, teaching, non-teaching, our other co-workers. A big thank you to all for all your support. A huge thank you, of course, to the students and teams from colleges in and around Bangalore and Karnataka. A huge round of appreciation to our students from ABBS who have worked relentlessly, and of course to our wonderful audience. A big thank you to all of you. Enjoy the extravaganza over the next 2 days. Good luck to all.
first, I'd like to introduce Professor Mr. Kiran sir, who is our judge. So he has a master's in marketing, and he has 3 years of industrial experience in working with Times of India in a marketing department. And he also published many journals and presented more number of paper presentations both national and international. And currently he is a professor in Acharya Bangalore School. He has done an MCom, MPhil, Diploma in Management and PhD. And he also has 1 year of industrial experience and followed by a huge academic experience of 16 years. And she also participated in many national level conferences, international, presented many papers globally, and currently she is the HOD of management in Acharya Bangalore. Welcome you, ma'am. But we have one more judge, Shivrasad sir. He has done his masters in finance and he has done PhD FM, postgraduate diploma in financial management, and also pursuing doctorate. And he has 7 years of academic experience and he has presented 40 plus of national and international papers. And he has been author for many of the master degree textbooks. Some of them are Financial Management and Fundamentals of Accounts and Chief Masters of Karnataka. Currently he is working as a professor in Acharya Bangalore. Welcome you, sir.
This is a topic and a subject which we all study in our MBA. But to really say a word on this topic, ethics and business and management, you will see that, I'm sure some of you must have also observed, it's a very thin line to differentiate in business especially. You know, what is right, what is wrong, which we know is the best definition of what ethics is all about. And again, when we talk about a business enterprise who is talking about sustainable development, talking about a long time survival in the market, it is very essential that at times businesses have to adopt, that I would say within quotes, certain practices which may not be may not seem very right. And again, this definition of right and wrong is a very thin line of demarcation. You cannot really say what is absolutely right and absolutely wrong. So I'm sure in today's colloquium and in our brainstorming session which we have here, we would probably be able to throw more light and listen to more views and find out from the past examples and from the way businesses are conducted today, whether this topic on ethics and be able to clearly define what we mean by good ethics or bad ethics or clean ethics, I would say, is pretty debatable. So I throw this idea over to the forum to discuss it, and probably at the end of it, apart from what I have visualized and thought and read about, we would have other ideas which I'm sure my colleagues and friends here would also be very happy to share, and I'm sure we would reach a consensus on this very, very interesting and debatable.
According to me, business is run for two main things. First one, of course, profitability, for which they are established. The second one, I think, is they have to follow the ethics. Let me give you a very simple example so that even small kids sitting there will understand what it is. You have heard of paying guests. If you go to some area and find out, you'll have a PG which gives you no facilities but with minimum rent, minimum tariff, or you'll have a PG where you'll have a very high tariff with all the facilities. Contrary to that, take a hotel. Any small hotel you go, you find a minimum decency, minimum cleanliness that you wish for. Both of them are in the same section. Both of them serve for the people. Both of them give accommodation. But the hotels serve better. They are more cleaner when compared to these paying guests. Why is it? Just because they follow their ethics. They have a set ethics in their organization which they actually follow. And here they do not have a clean, set, clear demarcation between what is right and what is wrong. They concentrate more on profitability. Here they concentrate on profitability and ethics. This is my point of view.
equation was revenue minus cost is equal to profit. So in every aspect, every term what we are considering, there should be ethics. For example, a cost. An industry and a firm which is manufacturing goods, they can get the product, the raw material in a cheap quality with a low price or best quality with a high price. So they